Hey everybody, it's Steve with Sky194, and I appreciate you taking the time to visit and check out my video. And we are back here at Valencia. And again, I'm kind of premiering mostly the new cars here at Valencia, but I mean, more setups will be coming out for the older ones also. But if you have a preference, please say so in the comments below, so I kind of know what your preferences are as far as an older car. Um, of course, now the AMG is an older car, but it is a lot different, and I can go into that when I do some AMG stuff. Anyway, we're here with the Ferrari, the 296. Now, this is a car that was probably, out of the three, was the bottom of the list for me, as it just, the looks is okay. Again, I know that's subjective. I love the front end of the car, and this is, again, my own personal opinion, okay? This is just me talking to all my sim racing friends, and I love the front end of the car. I think it looks awesome. It looks very aggressive. I love all the canards and the arrow and the way the shape is. But when you look at the rear end, it just looks so bland. I don't know. The tail lights, the diffuser. I mean, the 488 to me had such a unique diffuser, and the tail. I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. I don't know why. So again, maybe it'll grow on me. But out of the three, I mean, I think the Porsche and the Lamborghini have the looks on the Ferrari. And again, that's just me. I know that other people are the other way around. And of course, some people could give a rat's, you know what, as far as they just care about performance, and that's the only thing. But again, it's a passion. It's the passion of it. And I mean, I'm not saying it's ugly, but it's just, I think they could have done better with the rear end of the car. Everywhere else is okay, but it's just, the back end. But boy, does it drive well. It drives. It's going to be one of the strongest cars I can see. The sound isn't that bad. It's kind of growing on me. In the beginning, it really was like, man, this sound is, six-cylinder, of course. But, it's got some burbles, some pops. It's got some, little bit of personality to it. So it's not as bad. I mean, it really isn't. And, of course, it is a turbo motor. So you don't get all the RPM like you do the other two cars. But still, it's still got its own things that I really like about it. And again, the sound's kind of growing on me, but it's a fun car to drive, very drivable. I really think it's driver friendly, and it's fast. It's going to be fast. It's definitely going to be a very fast car. So again, this is just a base set, base preliminary set. Now again, all my setups I do for these cars are derived around a race setup. I'm not looking for the ultimate fastest qualifying time and doing everything else just to get this one good lap. I'm looking at something that I can do 4 or 5 laps and it's staying halfway consistent. So that's what I'm looking at, and drivability. That's all I've always done on this channel. I don't look for just a one fast lap. So again, I think it did really well, and we're going to go ahead and jump behind the car and just do a couple laps this time. I'm not going to do the night thing like I did with the Porsche. If you saw that video, you can go check it out. Because it had different lights on the front. This has got all kinds of lights. I'm sure it'll be fine. But we're just going to do a couple laps. And we're going to jump behind the car. And again, not the greatest looking, but that's okay. Anyway, speed-wise, it's about the same as the other two. Again, I go about the same brake marker up here, coming up to this last white right before it. And again, you can, it's got a really good torque range for, because it's a turbo motor. So again, it's not lazy or anything like that. Again, I go down to 4th, get back in the throttle. That first white, just like the Porsche, but again, I don't know if you saw the video, so that's why I'm just going over it again. Stay wide here, cut in, so you can cut in and keep this tight. Stay to the left. And again, another white marker there, white stripe here. Go down to 2nd, and then you pretty much wind 2nd all the way out. See, that's when I really go off of. You see that hit the red over here? Pretty much wind it out, and then you got to, because there's no brake markers here, so pretty much you just wind it out, and then I get off and turn in, straighten it out, and here go past that white marker. Now the Porsche, I think I went a little bit farther, but you still want to go past it with the Ferrari. But be a little careful, because if you get too aggressive on the green and stuff with the Ferrari, it's got, I think, more torque. And what happens is when you get over here, the back end will want to step out. So just be careful how far you go over. Come in here, get on the gas early, open it up. Again, don't go in too deep here. You want to come right up to it, but don't go past it. So again, make sure you practice that and don't overshoot it, because this is, again, like I said in the other video, it just doesn't feel like it has the grip that some of the rest of the other track has. It just feels a little slick here for some reason, or maybe it's off camber. Maybe it's an off camber type of turn, because it does kind of look off camber. So again, whatever reason it is, it just doesn't have the grip that some of the other turns do. So you have to be a little bit more patient, hold it in tight, and then you can start running it out. See, I'm already almost not full, but I'm almost full throttle here, because you're wanting to run it out here wide to come in for the next corner. Again, connecting the dots. Cut it in here, and then I get on the brakes as soon as I'm going straight. So again, I'm not trying to turn and brake, barely turning. I'm trying to mainly go straight and run it out wide here, and then bring it back. That's pretty decent there. And again, you can run it pretty wide here. And again, the kicker of the corners was right there. And again, I'm in fourth, and I think I go down to third, but I go past this white line here, and I try to get as close as I can there. Still ran a little hard on there. So again, just need timing, and then wide open, and then past that white line. That line, you want to go past it. Go down to second. Try to bring it in. Could be a little bit closer in. So again, I missed it a little bit. Again, not a perfect lap. We'll do one more lap. That was a 131.98. Again, I started with 55 liters. So I don't know what it would do with low fuel. I'm sure, I would be disappointed if I couldn't get it to go a little bit faster. So, but very nice to drive. And one advantage I see of it is fuel mileage. It looks like it's, I don't know about the Lamborghini, but it got decent amount better mileage than the Porsche. So that's definitely going to be an advantage, because you can carry a little bit less fuel. So that's again, it kind of reminds me of the Ferrari from before. So in the earlier builds. So it gets good mileage, very good mileage. I'll see what the Lamborghini does when I do that. So I went through there a little bit better that time, not as rough. But it just, it's pretty much stays pretty consistent through the run. So through what I've been doing, and I've done multiple stints with it. And that was a 131.82. So again, speed is about the same. Pace about a mile an hour more than the Porsche, about the same as the Lamborghini. So again, just they're all really close. It's gonna be tight. Very need to be consistent. Consistency is definitely going to be the key. So let's go ahead and go over to setup. I got 26.1 left front, 25.6 left rear, 25 right front, 24.8 right rear. Toes negative 0.05 with the camber at negative 3.4 and the caster at 12.6. On the rear of the toe is a positive 0.1 with the camber at negative 2.8. Now, again, I went through a lot of different stuff here as far as negative cambers, and this seemed really consistent and just had a good feel to it. So again, I went up a little bit. I went down, I've gone up, I've done a lot of different things, but I really like the feel of this package and the grip that you have. And so I went with this. I mean, if you want to go maybe just a little bit more negative camber, you can. I don't think it'll hurt anything. But again, usually as it goes, you'll start you know, having to do more turning as the car wears the tires and things like that. But again, I would, maybe go up one or two, but that's about as high as I would go. Because when I went higher, when I start off with 4 and stuff like that, I didn't like the way it felt. Electronics was 3, 5, 3, and 5. So again, I tried map 1 and map 3. Uh, they're probably just a different throttle. I like map 3 actually a little bit better. But those are the settings that I had. And again, with I'm sure the Ferrari's got awesome TC. So I'm sure later in the stint you could probably go up, a little bit, 1 or 2 clicks on the TC, and it would help it keep the tires up, underneath you and not wear them out prematurely. Fuel had, of course, 55 liters, number 1 brake pad. Wear was a little better than the Porsche. I think it was another step better. I mean, rear still wears faster than the fronts, but it's still not bad. Again, an improvement over the Porsche, which is a big thing. Again, and later in the stint, that could make a big difference. Any roll bars 3, brake bias is 62, steering's 15. Springs in the front are 188,964 with a bump stop rate of 500 and a bump stop range of 5. And on the rear, the springs are 158,000 with a bump stop rate of 800 and a bump stop range of 20. Any roll bars 1 and the preload is 60. So again, some of this stuff is the same as the aggressive setup. It just felt so good. I didn't really mess around with changing a lot of things because if the grip felt good. I'm sure there's more in it, which I could, different variations will be coming out later. I did change a lot of the bump stop rates and ranges. Those are completely different. The bump stop rate was like 1,400 on the back. So again, I'm trying to get it to where it's got a little bit more grip back there and a little bit more movement. And of course, I tightened up the range. So again, everything here, I've tried some different things with the anti-roll bars and the diff. And again, a small click here, click there, I don't think it'll make a huge difference. It might make it a little bit more better drivable for you. But I think that right here is a really good, base. Shocks, again, we're all dialed in by Motec. And on the left front, it's 4.335, and on the right front, it's 4.345. On the rear, it's 4.234. So again, dialing with Motec, really nice graph, really straight up and down. Aero got 51 in the front, 56 in the rear with a 10 wing, a 4 and a brake ducts in the front. Aero variation is a 1.3 to the positive. So if you look at it here, and of course we got 55 liters. You look at this, it only goes up in the rear. That's it. It doesn't change anything else. It only goes up 1 in the rear, and it changes to 1.3 to 1.4. So again, very balanced, very little change in the car as the fuel burns off. I did change a lot of the balance of the car. Lowered the front pretty dramatically, I think, and I think I got a click or 2 of wing in it. Just to give it some more stability. You can attack the corners more, keep the rear end, from being sliding and too overly aggressive, especially coming off the corners where you start to get a oversteer type thing, power oversteer. So again, but speed is still good, and again, with this type of track, speed isn't a huge thing because it's kind of like Misano. To me, this is like Misano, same exact speed. Exact same speed as you do at Misano down the back straightaway. So it's really not a super fast place, but it's got a lot of corners and a lot of connect the dot type things. So, you mess one corner up, it's going to mess most likely the next one. So again, this is a handling track. So, speed should be secondary. And again, it's not like you're losing out any. It's the same exact speed that I've seen with every car. And I've tested here like 6 cars, and there's only one car that's had like 1 mile an hour more. So again, that's nothing. So again, I hope you enjoy it. Again, I'll put a link to this setup in the description, and of course, I do have a Discord. I'm trying to figure out how to get it to where I can put it in my description. But if anybody's interested, let me know. And also, I do have a PayPal account if you want to support the channel that way. I really would appreciate it. anything helps. It doesn't make, it could, just a couple of dollars or whatever you can. I appreciate it. Thank you to anybody that does. But again, it's liking, subscribing, watching my video, all those are support too. So again, that's great also. So thank you for that, for everybody that subscribes and watches the video and comments. Because again, I love talking to all my sim racing friends. I really do. So again, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you're having fun, and I hope you come back and visit again. See you.